we were very much so under the impression that me coming into our businesses full time, we would just
welcome back to another episode of the Making Mommy Move show. We got Larry back with us again today, and we're really excited to talk to you about some of the personal things we've been going through because we're bringing you along the journey with us. We want you to feel like, one, you're not doing it alone, and two, we're trying to be really vulnerable and show you the ups and the downs of entrepreneurship and the journey that we're on as we work toward accomplishing our goals and really creating a financial future that we love in the sense of freedom, assets that produce passively, and the memories we're able to create with our kids and our family. Because right now we're just working and working some more,
but also not working.
Yeah. So that's actually what we wanted to talk to you about today, because Larry, as you know, is full-time in our businesses right now. But the problem is that it's slow season.
Yes, and we are not making nearly enough, as much as we thought we were going to be making.
Yeah. We had rose-colored glasses, and it was a big slap in the face when we were having this conversation this morning, because we came to realize that, yes, we're working toward this. Yes, it's going to happen, but right now, in the interim, we need more money, and the quickest way for that to happen is for Larry to go back to work.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Even if it's for 5 months or couple months or whatever it is, if it's part-time, if it's full-time, we need capital to pay our bills because we are drowning all of our savings, and that's not what we want, because we want the savings to be for assets for the future, and we're realizing we're being really irresponsible by not using that for its intended purpose and trying to float us in the interim for businesses to pick up again.
Yeah, and we're using the money, like you said, that we had saved, and that was sitting in our savings account that we were supposed to be using for investments and everything, and it's paying our mortgage and our grocery bill and everything. And it's
not what it's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, we're watching that dwindle down to,
nothing.
Much less than it was. I first came into this full time, but
it's a hard realization that we came to today. And this is why we wanted to bring it on the show, because this is what you guys need to see, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. We don't know it all. Sometimes, our optimism is apparently a little too much.
Yeah, it distorts your own vision. And I think part of that, too, is that you hear everybody on social media say, do this one quick thing to make X amount of dollars and whatever. And you start doing something similar to that. And then you realize that, one, you need capital. It doesn't matter if it's one of those free, no money to start up. Like, you need money. And if you're not working and you don't want to spend your savings building whatever you're building, unfortunately, a 9-to-5 might be necessary, at least in the interim, until you get
to a place that you're able to have the income to support you or the assets to support you. Because right now we've got none of that.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important that we're vulnerable with you guys, because this is the kind of stuff you need to see, because this is the shit. Like, this is the rock bottom kind of stuff, part of entrepreneurship, where we feel like a failure, and it's like, we're moving the needle, we're doing the things, but it's just not happening quick enough the way that we had thought or hoped that it would. And we need to supplement it in the meantime.
Yeah, because we had very rose-colored glasses on, thinking that everything that I was going to do was going to be like, bang. And we were going to have all this money coming in and pay off our debts and be free in the blink of an eye. And in reality, it's a much more in-depth and longer process than we thought it was going to be. And even so, with our wedding-based businesses, it's a slow season. So at least 2 of them are pretty dependent on weddings being busy.
Yeah, and December through April is not busy. Yeah. And it depends on the client. Like, if they want to pay throughout the season, that's slow, or if they want to just pay in full 30 days before the event. And the event is next October, then you're not getting paid until September. So in that interim, you need more capital or something else to float you until you can get paid.
Yeah, and in an ideal situation, we will be having, clients that are booking weekly, and we'd constantly have an income stream for all the weddings throughout the year. But unfortunately, it doesn't work like that. Even this year, we had how many book like 2 or 3 months in advance.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were happy to do them, but we also had some that had booked a year and a half ago, and they were so small, the money came and went so quick that by the time we're doing those events, it's like, it feels like we're doing it for free because...
Yeah, you were already paid for them a year ago.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now.
Yeah.
But we wanted to leave you with some positive mindsets because we had to kind of coach ourselves through it this morning because we were both really, really down. And what we came to realize is, one, that we need to fail forward. That even though we feel like we're failing right now, we're taking consistent action in the right ways so that we're able to move the needle and actually like accomplish the big goal. So one of my big goals is to have a speaking career. So I'm getting my book out. I am working with a coach now officially to help bring that to fruition. Number 2 is my summit. I've got my summit launching next week. By the time this comes out, it'll be out and you're able to listen to it. It's called Behind the Business, so you can go to the link in the show notes to listen to it and sign up for it. But that's like a big step in the right direction for my career because that's helping to grow our email list. It's helping to build our audience and build a relationship and connection with everybody. And provide really insanely valuable content. I just had an interview today with a really amazing speaker. You could go listen to her, listen to them all because they've all been really great. But building these connections, building these relationships, and providing this value to our audience, like this is what's going to grow our business and grow our everything because
because
we're showing up for these people.
Yeah, and we're putting in the failure.
Yeah,
which is not necessarily a positive thing, but we are learning and gaining experience and learning what not to do and having the ability to tell others like, hey, it doesn't work like you think it works because
this is what we learned this week.
Yeah, we were very much so under the impression that me coming into our business full time, we would just explode with opportunity, and it's been quite the contrary. We've been kind of sucking ourselves dry. And
like trying to put our pants back on and figure out like, okay, how do we fix this? This is not working.
Yeah.
And I think that's what entrepreneurship is. Like everybody feeling like, one, like everybody else might not be excited about what you're excited about. They might not be booking what you think they'd be booking. You might not be getting the inquiries you had anticipated. You might not, your family and friends might not be supporting you in the journey like you thought they would. Like there's so many like ifs, and it's like, if that doesn't work, how do you make it better and do it better? So like for us, we didn't have the inquiries that we thought we were going to have. We don't have the stuff on the calendar like we thought we would. So it's like, okay, how do we fix this for now and also make it better and do it better next time?
Yeah.
So what we've learned is right now, Larry needs to go back to work. I've got stuff in the works that I'm working on. I can freelance in the meantime to bring in extra income. But for him, like, he's got nothing on the calendar right now. So why waste?
Yes. Yeah, I've been home for the past month or so and haven't really had much. I had a handful of our strike events and been working on some real estate stuff, but nothing that's been enough to replace my income from my previous job. And, we were very
like when you were booking things, it was replacing it, but when you're not, that's the ebbs and the flows of entrepreneurship. And this is what we want to show you because like it's so fulfilling to be an entrepreneur, but there's also
it's hard.
The really deep holes that you're trying to come out of, and when you don't have the inquiries flying in and stuff booking like crazy.
Yeah, and it
can be disheartening, and then you also don't have the income that you need.
And it's hard too when you set the bar so high for yourself, because we'll have 1 month where it's like we'll make enough to cover ourselves for 2 months, worth of our expenses.
And then for those 2 months you get nothing.
Yeah, and those 2 months you get nothing, and it's like, all right, so that was a wash. Because it's happened where we made like several $1,000s in a week. You're like, all right, awesome. We just made a bunch of money. And then
cover our whole expenses for the month. And then you get nothing the rest of the month. And you're back to square one come next month. And you're trying to figure out how you're going to make it.
Exactly.
So with this episode, we really want to show you that entrepreneurship is definitely a journey. You're going to learn things and you're going to feel like a failure. But just keep failing forward, learn from your mistakes, figure out how to do it better next time, and you'll keep growing, you'll keep moving the needle, you'll keep making the moves to your goals, like to accomplish your goals. And at the end of the day, like nobody really cares, like, as much as you think they do. We had that realization today because I was like, I feel so embarrassed because we're talking about all these things and it's like, nobody really cares that much.
Yeah.
Not as much as you think they do.
And it's all part of the journey, to look back a year from now and say, yeah, that really sucked going through it, but we learned X, Y, and Z, and we became better for it. And we were smart enough to be able to sit down and have an adult conversation and say, like, this isn't working. We need to figure something out. And coming to a resolution and saying, yeah, I got to go back to work and bring home some sort of steady income in the interim, not something permanent, but it's just how it has to be right now.
Mm-hmm. And from you, like, as like a personality perspective, like, we're coming to find out, like, Larry needs to be moving and like working because he's less productive and like not moving the needle when he's not working.
Yeah.
So
like today, this is the most productive thing I've done today, and it's like 3:30 in the afternoon, and that's I guess just a personality trait of mine that I need to be better about. But
that's something you're learning, and we're able to figure out how to know yourself so well to know like your kryptonites about yourself so that you're able to really avoid it, I guess is the way to word it. Or
know yourself so well that you know when you're standing in your own way and that you know what you should and shouldn't be doing.
And like the ways around it so that like you know that you need to be moving more. So it's like you need to get a job so that you can just work after.
Yeah. And something else that we came to find out too is that we're going to be tired either way. Because that was one of my biggest complaints working 50, 60 hours a week. I would be exhausted all the time, and that having the 2 kids that don't sleep great throughout the night, everything. I'm just as tired as ever. I've been home for a month and
nothing's changed.
Yeah, I'm still just as tired. I'm just as crabby in the morning, and
your back still hurts.
My back still hurts. My joints still hurt. It's like I went from going 100 miles an hour to sitting still, literally.
Nothing.
I'm not any more well rested. It hasn't done anything that I wanted it to. I wanted to wake up and feel refreshed in the morning and have a nice cup of coffee.
Doesn't happen with toddler?
No, I was up at 3 o'clock this morning.
And 1 o'clock and 11 o'clock and 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't happen.
So,
at least right now.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that I've learned about myself is that I need more structure, for sure. A more clear goal, because I kind of went into what my endeavors have been kind of willy-nilly, not really a direct path, so I wasn't going anywhere. I was just sitting on my computer, whatever. So once we're more set up,
so like, better. Here's our action steps. It's like, before he decides to leave for a job again, we need to have the steady things on the calendar, or at least steady paychecks coming in the sense of we're definitely going to be paid for this contract on X date. We're going to be paid for that contract on X date. Or we need to have assets that are going to pay for our bills. So that means either rental or index funds or something else that is going to provide us steady income to replace his income at work. And that's what we didn't do this time, and we needed to because we put all of our eggs in the same basket and
then threw the basket down a flight of stairs.
So this is what we learned. I hope that you do it better next time. I hope that you have it lined up and are able to have the faith in yourself to do it and follow through on it, but also
do it smart.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're doing everything that you need to be doing, and make sure that you're setting yourself up for success, because we thought we were and we didn't.
Yeah.
We thought that we were like really good to go, and we really aren't.
Yeah.
And another thing is to realize the fact that you might be digging yourself a pretty deep hole, and to know that, all right, this isn't working. I want it to work, but I need to formulate a different plan.
Yeah.
And that's what we did, because I still have my goals, and Lyss still has her goals, and
we review them every day.
Yes, but her stuff is so much further along than mine is. She's got a good chunk of her book written, and everything you're doing is all in progress. It's either in progress or done. And all of my stuff is just still in imagination land. So it makes more sense for me to go back to just doing the manual labor that I am used to.
And me continue with the momentum that I'm on, because it's moving. It's just going to take more time.
Yeah.
And
then with the goal of, once she gets to where she's going with her items,
have the income to create the assets to replace your income so that you can come in with us and dominate altogether.
Yeah. And then do a take 2 of stepping into the business full time and it working.
Yeah. It will. We know it will. We have it. You guys know it. You know our work ethic. You know how hard we're working. The businesses that we have. It just takes more time. For all of our businesses are startups right now. And that's just like the hard truth that our one garden in the pines can't float it all, and us, we need more So
Yeah.
it's just got to keep working it. Like, just got to keep doing it, and to put our pride aside and say, you know, we just got to go back to work and do it while we work. Like,
Yeah.
9 to 5.
We're going to get it done.
You're holding us accountable. And I hope that you got something out of this, because, man, it's kind of brutal, but
Yeah. It's disheartening, to say the least, but it's also hopefully not a part of your
yeah, I
journey.
hope that you learn from us, or
Yeah.
at least don't dig yourselves so deep into the hole, or, you know, catch it sooner.
Yeah. We hope that it's not part of your journey, but if it is, hopefully this helps you realize that, you know,
And even if it's, like, not that per se, even if you, like, have times in your business where you feel like a failure, don't, like, just fail forward.
they mess up whatever you're going to mess up, because at the end of the day, as long as you learn something from it, you don't do it again.
You make it better.
Then-
That's all that matters. Like,
Yeah.
you don't need to think about, like, going back or, man, I wish I shouldn't have done this, because you learn from it.
You learn from everything.
And that's the most important thing, because then you're able to go on and teach somebody else. You're able to do it better next time, and you're going to make it fucking happen.
Yes.
So we're going to leave you with that. Make your moves today. Move the needle on whatever goals you're working on. Fail forward and do the thing.
Yep.
You got this. We'll see you on the next one.